You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Hart of Dixie After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Hart of Dixie After Show.
Yay! Hart of Dixie. Here we go again. Season 3, Episode 17, A Good Run of Bad Luck. I'm one of your hosts, Whitney Lane, joined with...
Hey everybody, I'm Michelle Renee.
And it's just us, you guys. We miss Paige. She is no longer on the show as she has moved on to bigger and better things back on the East Coast. But we will dig right in and talk about this episode. They're getting better. They're getting juicier, more dramatic. I mean, the curse.
I didn't like this episode.
Really?
Like, I thought there was a lot to it as far as the storyline being advanced.
Right.
Just kind of seeing, like, where the potential couples may go. And then, of course, the whole situation with AnnaBeth. But as far as, like, the content...
I know, but it was unexpected to me, the whole Lemon and George thing.
Well, I mean, didn't you know something was going to happen after that little tryst they had last week?
Yeah, but I was just like, weird. I don't know. It's still just weird to me.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't here last week either. I was out of
You
town.
weren't.
So it's like, it's all coming together. It's just like weird that the ways that they went. I don't think I would have thought Lemon and George back together.
So what do you think of them as a couple?
I kind of liked it. I don't think they can go back from that, though. I'm sorry. Like, 15 years relationship. You go through all that. You're like, you fight and argue like you're already married, but it's not going to work. I don't think that you can ignore that he left you at the altar and like all the things that went down the first time.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody can really go from like being in a long-term relationship, something happens where you kind of feel betrayed, and to come back and fully be invested in that again.
Yeah. I think that they can possibly grow, but I think it would take both of them kind of having other relationships to see what went wrong and what they need to improve on. And neither one of them have really had those any serious relationship to kind of like evaluate themselves and compare the relationships to, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
So it's like, how have you grown since you left her at the altar? Oh, wait, you haven't. How have you grown since you got left at the altar? Oh, you haven't.
Yeah, they both tried to find love and
Yeah.
it not work out. Hence the curse that Zoe thinks has plagued her, Lavon, Lemon, and George. And this whole Joel thing, we got to talk a little bit about it since I wasn't
since
here
you weren't
last
here,
week. I mean, we knew it was going to happen quickly because they were like, okay, you got to go. But it was kind of like, how's he actually going to go? Are they never going to get to meet up again? Like, what's going to happen? I mean, and, you know, obviously, like, nature was just working against them. It wasn't meant to be in the end, especially with the plane flight and trying to meet up. But then now he's going to London.
He is, but I mean, I personally think that we're going to see Joel return. At least for one episode down the line somewhere, and that maybe she's going to be faced with this ultimate decision of Joel versus Bluebell. Or maybe Joel versus someone in Bluebell.
I think so. I think that's exactly where it's going. And I liked how it ended as well, because it's not like it was a bad breakup. They both love and care about one another. And it's just kind of like a year from now, I'll be back. So he says, and it's like during that time, though, that's also a year. You can't just wait. And I don't think he's waiting around, and I don't think Zoe will in the end, but it's like, it's also a year, so you don't know when you do come back, if that's what you want, if she's really going to be there in that same place.
Yeah.
They both have to know that.
Well, I mean, I think it's like, you know, there was a song, what's it called? Break Even by The Script. You know, when a heart breaks, it doesn't break even. So somebody is more invested, and maybe it's just because we're not seeing Joel, and
But
we're
it
only seeing
seems-
Zoe, but it seems like it's Zoe. And if you think about it, Zoe is in Bluebell, which there aren't that many men to choose from in Bluebell. She's a doctor, like, you know, working at this like family practice. He is this big time filmmaker. He's in London, like, you know, eligible bachelor, making moves. So he might be having fun and not thinking about Zoe.
And I think that's probably it, too, because it's also like Bluebell. He's never wanted Bluebell. He did that for her.
Yeah.
Now he's living out exactly what he wanted to do. and girlfriend's looking rough in those sweats. Got to fix that hair. I mean, got to get it together.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, do people really do that when they break up? Because every character on this show, when they break up, they don't shower.
Mope.
They just walk around in pajamas. They eat pastries from the Butterstick Bakery.
You can't be
Do people really do that?
You can't be. You got to be like, get it together.
Oh, you got to look good. Because the best revenge is to look good.
Sometimes it's hard, though.
See, I'm one of those that doesn't eat when I'm going through a breakup or something sad.
Surprisingly, I was that way, too.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
So I wouldn't mind a good breakup, lose a few pounds. You know?
No, you never wish the bad breakups upon anyone. This one wasn't that bad.
But I digress.
Yeah. But this one wasn't that bad. And I do agree with you. I think Joel will be back. I mean, the whole town loves him. He's Modi.
Yeah.
For goodness sake.
I mean, it's so unrealistic, though, because even if you decide to take a break from someone, wouldn't you still at least talk to them on the phone every now and then? Oh, well, you just made it to London. How are you doing, Joel?
Right.
Oh, it's good to talk to you. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later. They just are on a break and just cutting off all communication. It's a little unrealistic.
But it's probably best for her. He just didn't seem, he's like, I'll see you in a year. Like, I'll see, so casual. That's where it bothered me the whole time. There's not that much emotion until you see him leave and she cries, but he's still kind of like, see you soon. Like there's nothing. It just didn't feel like he was that invested. I know he moved to Bluebell and he did all of these things and got to, everybody started to like him, but it still didn't feel like he was in love with her.
Wow.
I don't know. Do you think? And I didn't even really think she was. I think it was comfortable for her and it was someone that, like, she could kind of,
Well, I don't know if that's the characters or the acting.
Yeah.
No shade to anybody, but I mean.
And maybe that's the point, so we don't get that attached to him and want him around because we like them together,
I just find it hard to believe that he could not be head over heels for her because she's a cute little girl.
So
she's
cute.
a cute woman. Like, she is the prize in the relationship. Like,
For
in every
sure.
relationship, there's kind of someone that has a little bit more to offer.
Girl's got it.
And, like, she's got it. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that he should have been the one that was kind of like, wow, I'm really losing something here by breaking up with her. But I agree that it seems like he's like, bye, Felicia.
He gained.
So, yeah.
But you know what I mean? I think he gained something. Because it was like she was kind of wanting him to become someone he wasn't. And kind of in this Bluebell, like form him into one of the little Bluebell people. And it's like that wasn't him. So I think it's almost like a relief for him to go back to his normal life.
But who is he, though? Because he's supposed to be from New York. And I guess they both read the New York Times or whatever. And he's supposed to be like a writer, but he's not giving me New York. Like
No.
Zoe, I can see her realistically being someone from New York. Like the way she dresses, her spunkiness. But I don't see him being someone from New York. I see him being from like Charlottesville, Virginia and like writing.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, now he's kind of LA. He's begun to become that screenwriter anyway. So LA, Joel.
So Hollywood.
No. But yeah, it's weird. So then she kind of has to like spend her time pretending there's something drastically wrong that she can't, everything's going wrong basically. I mean, the mud comes flying up on her in her pajamas and like just everything. So there's a curse. She goes to the psychic and she's cursed. Apparently this is what the lady tells everyone. So her mission now is to get George and Lemon together.
To right her wrongs. To get
I
a good
guess,
karma on
but
her
like,
side.
that's still to me, that whole George and Zoe story is like, did he really care that much about her?
I mean,
Or was that his escape?
Looking back on everything collectively, I don't think he cared so much about her as it was more so a reflection about the fact that he didn't care about Lemon that much.
Correct. It was like an escape. So that was his excuse, was Zoe.
So Zoe looked that much more appealing just because he was trying to escape Lemon and all of her, ways.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, I think she was trying to bring Lavon in on this, and this was where I still think him and Lemon, that something's going to happen just because I think he's like, don't meddle, but at the same time, it's like,
jealous,
don't meddle with Lemon and George when that's already been a love triangle. Like, he doesn't want to see them getting along.
But see, Lavon was making me angry in this episode and in last episode because, number one, in last episode, he kind of was a little jealous of AB and the guy that had a crush on her. Okay, well, if you want to be back with her, then you have the agency to go, try to chase after her. Okay, so in this episode, he's, in my opinion, was showing signs of jealousy about this whole,
I thought a little bit, too.
Yeah, George and Lemon situation. But he never once like fought for her. He never once was like, oh, well, I'm gonna ask her on a date first, or
Yeah.
So it's like, make up your mind. Like, what do you want to do? If you're just gonna sit there, like, you're gonna lose out on both women.
I think he's just lonely, and he like pretends. I don't know. I don't know that he's. It's not AnnaBeth. Let's be honest. That's done. And I think it's kind of like, oh, she's with someone else. Oh, I miss that. I miss being with her, but it's not love for him.
Well, it's speak now or forever hold your peace.
Right.
So if you don't make the move, Lavon,
Well, I
then
think
you're
he
gonna
just-
get left behind.
It's true. It's true.
That's
And
how
I
I feel.
think he knows Lemon and George. It's just not happening. So I think he wasn't that worried, but it was still like he didn't want to see it.
But is it not happening?
It's happening on his end, George's, at this point. You see him kind of reflecting again, but she never did another flashback.
She didn't ever do another flashback.
So I think that he's thinking it way more than her.
She didn't do another flashback, but she was kind of like, are you sure you want to be a silent partner?
I think she's just kind of like, oh, this is going to be my company now, like exactly what I wanted's happening.
Are you sure?
I think
okay,
she's
fine.
like, I don't think she's thinking George Tucker right now, because we also see someone come back in the preview for next week.
For next week.
Remember the journalist who we all loved? We were like, that's the guy. So I think George is thinking, uh-oh, do I really actually care about Lemon? Which, isn't that how it happens? Like, I leave the girl at the altar and now, oh, I missed out. I'm back in love with her. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. I just don't think you come back from all the past that they've had together. So Zoe's curse fighting did not work after all. But at least she got her look back and she was making moves, looking
And
good.
she discovered the fact that, you know, in helping trying to put this relationship together, she discovered that her and Joel's relationship wasn't all she had thought it was.
Right.
So overall, something good did happen at the end.
It's true.
Right.
And something good happened for AnnaBeth.
It did.
Thanks to Brick trying to make that happen. I don't know. We'll have to
Something kind
see.
of happened because they threw a little twist in there at the end.
Of
Can
course they
AnnaBeth
did.
ever win? Just straight out win.
And now what's that going to do to Lavon now that she is going to be dating? How is he related? His uncle or something is the
godson? I don't know,
mayor
something
of
like-
Fillmore. What? She was just dating the actual mayor of Bluebell. Now she's dating someone related to this, like, it's the biggest enemy of Lavon Hayes. But I like it, and I like him. Seventh heaven.
Oh, that's where.
Uh-huh.
Well, what I thought about him, because he, not only the fact is he, you know, the mayor of Fillmore's cousin or uncle or whoever.
Relative.
Relative. Okay, thank you.
We'll go with that.
But also, he was strange.
Well, he was very shy. And I think that's why Britt kind of had to be like, AnnaBeth, you need to go take him to this appointment, because he came into the dang office 14 times.
He was just a little weird to me.
Yeah.
And
But
then
maybe
the whole
she
going
needs
out
that.
thing, like, you don't want to marry him. You don't want to be with a weirdo.
I don't think he's weird. I think I mean, first of all, where did he come from? Bluebell's small. Now he's here living in Bluebell.
Like, at what point does Shy become kind of like that withdrawn kid in the classroom that doesn't have any friends that you're always kind of scared of?
I don't think I'm scared of him. I think they're going to hit it off.
I'm not scared of him yet. But.
Or maybe he's there for a reason, and it's like, get with Lavon's ex.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Sorry, that was my original point. I think that
no.
he's there just to kind of get her back into the dating scene, because she kind of tells Brick, oh, well, I just don't think I'm ready to date anyone. And he's kind of like, well, just give it a shot. So I think it's kind of one of those things, that, you know, where the best way to, you know, have fun with Mr. Wrong till you find Mr. Right, or something like that, you know.
But
where
I'm glad
she's
we
just
found
gonna-
out he was the knight in shining armor.
And yeah. that was
And I think that's the difference with that. He had the mask on, so he could just be whoever he was. I think with the mask off, it was more nerve-wracking for him. Maybe he doesn't date that much. But we'll see. I mean, they're going to be going to a ball, so, or a gala, whatever it is.
What I did like, let me say just really quickly, is that Brick played like the father figure to AnnaBeth, because
Yeah.
we've never seen her parents, or have we? Did we see them in like one episode come to visit with Lavon or something? Or did I make that up?
Oh, yes, we did.
Well,
Auburn.
Besides that, I don't remember them. And obviously, Lemon has been keeping her father out of her relationships these past couple episodes. So I thought it was nice that he could be like a father figure to AnnaBeth and like give her some good advice. And he's obviously gone through a lot of, you know, ups and downs in his relationships.
Poor
So
Brick.
that was a sweet moment.
And he
to
didn't
me.
win
I
Modi.
liked that moment.
Poor dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just hitting him while he's down. Oh,
Win some,
Brick.
lose
No,
some.
that was good.
Yeah, I liked
like
that
it.
moment. That was a special moment.
And I mean, didn't we just guess? Okay, I was actually sitting on the couch with my roommate watching this episode, and we were like, her husband's going to come back, Vivian's. That's how Wade's going to get pushed out. It
Did you
end
watch
up-
our after show last week? Did you watch our after show? Oh, okay. I think that was one of our predictions.
It was. Well, it makes sense, right? I mean, but it didn't end how I expected. But I was glad to see who she was married to before. And I almost wonder, is he going to be like, oh, I kind of miss that whole family life.
And go back?
Do you think that could potentially? I mean, I thought at first that's going to be the way that kind of pushes them apart because the kid's going to be like, that's my real dad, you know, and then even Vivian's going to be like, oh, this is the family. Like, this is how to give my son a family. I don't know.
If you think there's no coming back from being left at the altar, how do you think there's coming back from a divorce? Like,
I don't know that are they completely
divorced?
Divorced? That's what I don't know. Or they're separated or something, but
I mean, maybe it was because he was such a, I don't know, D-bag. I didn't have a better word for it. I really didn't. But he doesn't seem like Vivian's type, maybe.
No,
it's just like, I don't understand how Vivian would go from like Wade to him. Like, that would be her downgrading herself. Even if her son did want his family back together, like, I don't care. You're a little kid. You don't know what's best for you.
But it also, we don't know really what happened between them.
We don't. But he just came off as a real jerk.
Yeah, but that was also, like, I feel like him being a man and protecting his family. And also, it's kind of like, these are my people. Like, I've known them way longer than you kind of thing. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like Wade and Vivian are going strong. I don't know what's going to break them up, if anything, at this point. And, like, how can a cousin come in and, like, it's just going to be a hot mess.
Ooh, it is.
If that happens.
Well, with that little boy, though, it's no winning. I think ultimately the son is going to be the reason they break up because there's no winning in the situation. And especially when a kid is involved.
Plus, he got a black eye.
Yeah, but it's just like, how do you handle that if a little kid says, I'm getting bullied?
Right.
Are you like, stand up for yourself or go tell and then get bullied more when they are calling you a tattletale?
I guess at that point you also pull in the... I don't know. He's talking to you in confidence. You know what I mean? But do you tell the mom? And it's like...
And he didn't tell the little boy. He just said growl back at him.
I know.
We don't know what really happened on the playground. In the lunchroom.
Little Harvey. He can't keep it together, but...
So, I mean, I just feel like there's no winning in that situation. There's no winning as far as, like, I want a family for my child. Well, Wade kind of is a father figure, but it's like, oh, you want his real father.
Right.
And
maybe that's what it is. It's like, Wade can't win. With this kid. And so in the end, maybe he's the one that's like, I just can't.
I mean, I think it is going to be him ultimately.
And I just want.
Which stinks for Vivian.
It does, especially if him and Zoe end up back together.
Yeah, but I mean that's a real life thing that I feel like women have to deal with that have children, like dating and how to navigate that world of like having a child and having a boyfriend. And
I don't know that he would feel like. I feel like he can feel like he put in his all with this because he's still continuing to do it. And that's got to be tough.
Yeah. And unlike Lemon and George, who we discussed at the beginning of the episode, not growing, I feel like Wade has grown in his relationship with Vivian and become a better man.
Become the man that Zoe had wanted in the first place.
Oh, this is getting good, isn't it?
I hope.
It's getting good.
I mean, Joel's finally out of the picture.
Like, we just got to get Vivian out.
Yeah, I know. So. And I don't know how. The only way, like, there's only a couple things that can happen with that is that the husband, she sees, like, this is our family. And wants that again, and he shows her that, or it's like Wade's like, I cannot win with you or your son. Everything I say is wrong, like, you know. I don't know. This is gonna be tough.
Well, it's gonna be tough. They got 5 episodes to wrap it up, so.
Oh goodness! So y'all can tell us what you think on iTunes. Rate, comment, let us know exactly what you think's happened with Wade and Vivian, Lemon and George, all of them, all the relationships. All right, let's get into our predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
We've kind of said a few.
We've said a lot.
I mean, we said what we think about Vivian and Wade.
So we do see next week that Zoe is going on a date with a gentleman we've never seen before.
After the things that he says.
Did, but he was cute though.
Girl.
So Zoe is down with the swirl. We just... We didn't know that prior to this, but
oh gosh,
I just think that both relationships that we see, both dates, excuse me, that we see next week, I think they're both going to go down in flames.
You do? You think the Lemon and the journalist?
Yeah.
I wish that
he's
they wouldn't.
He's a guest star. Like,
I know, but
he's
like,
not going to be.
So
here
what's
forever.
that mean? Is Lemon and George? Is that inevitable?
Somebody's going to end up alone.
Well,
a few people might end up alone.
Or is it Lemon and Lavon? I'm still holding on to something going on that way.
With Lemon and Lavon.
Here's what I think too. You think Joel's going to come back for an episode because we still don't know about his movie, and I feel like it has to do with Bluebell, and I think that could be
The premiere is going to be in Bluebell. Or?
I don't know that, but I think it could be like the way he portrays certain people. That Zoe's like, really? That's what you thought of all of this? Like, I don't know.
Ooh,
but
and
I
then
think
that's finally her moment
like,
of being
this
like,
is
I'm
where
over
I want to
you.
be with Wade, and I want to be with someone who is Bluebell, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh, she's good.
I'd like
She's
to
good.
know a little bit about what's going on, yeah? Okay, well, we will see you next week for another Hart of Dixie After Show. I am Whitney Lane. You can find me on Twitter at Whitney Lane Fern and on my website, whitney-lane.com.
I am Michelle Renee, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Michelle Renee TV.
See you soon.
From executive
Cheers.
producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.